Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? It's a new week. I'm excited. So let's see where we what have has happened today. Uranium did do some big gains today, but we're, in my opinion, still not out of the woods yet with regarding to the downside. It's good for now, of course, but we still need to get above some certain levels. We will look into that. I asked on Twitter um, if there were any specific tickers you wanted to see. A lot of people actually tagged uranium and some specific stocks, but also shipping and some specific stocks and shipping. So today will be a lot of uranium and shipping heavy. We will not look at gold and silver and so on because nothing much has happened today. Also, platinum just kind of stale at the moment. So let's have a look at it. Just quickly, gold to silver ratio. Still in an uptrend on the short term. You can see this big move up here, small red days, and now we're getting a green bar again. And as mentioned previously last week, I don't think this red line here, as you can see it here all the way across, we have some touches here and here. I don't think this is the stop for this move. I think we have one more push to go. Yeah, oil. Just quickly wanted to show you something. To me, right now, what I'm looking at, depending on where we are going bullish or going bearish, is this wedge right here going above. This is the 8 hour, by the way, going above. It's very bullish for the short term. Also, it could be something potential for the long term. Breaking down, obviously, going into the green support again. I don't know how many times the green support can hold, to be honest. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, the one you should look for. This wedge here until it breaks. Which way will it go? Let's see what happens. NASCAS today. Let's go on the daily. This is my insanely fine drawing from last week. I still think we are on the road to visit this upper golden trend line here. Right now we are going for a major big back test from this breakout golden trend line here coming down. I expect it to hold. Um, that's the highest percent chance anyway. As you can see here, we have a higher low here. Down here we have a higher low and we have a higher high now. So what we should get, let me remove these things here just for you to see. So what we should get here now is a higher low again here somewhere, hopefully, and then we have the next high eye here before we have met our target. Breaking down, of course, below this would mean that it is a failed breakout. At that point, we will take a different angle on it, but yeah. Okay, uranium. Let's quickly go for URA and URNM, and then let's see what happens here. Okay, this is my view right now. I posted this on Twitter as well, like an hour or two ago. This is the big formation that we have been watching for like what feels like an eternity. With the upper golden trend line and the lower one here, you can see the squeeze. And here at the start of 2023, we had a false breakout where we checked the red resistance line coming across here, which is formed by these bad boys here, and you have some cluster here as well. And that's the big 24 level, which I have mentioned previously a lot of times on Twitter as well. 2024 is a big level, but right now actually what's happening, you can see here on the weekly, we are actually peaking out of this golden trend line coming all the way down here. And what I want to, it's good, it's very good. Don't get me wrong, but what I want to see is that we can clear this failed breakout here on the short term. Um, because then I think if we can take out this level here at 21.1, I do think that we will go in for the big test here at 24. And then we will see what happens there. But 24 is the big one to get before we can say, yes, it's time to go. But obviously a breakout from this golden trend line coming down here, very bullish. So we cannot complain. Still somewhat of a, as you know, a bear flag kind of formation here. So as mentioned, I really want to get above this one here. Let's make it bigger. And let's make it red for you guys to see this bad boy here, getting above, negating the bear flag that we have here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for URA. Let's look at the pure play. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of stuff going on. Let's remove that. This is the pure play uranium URNM ETF. Let's zoom in here again. You can see we have 3 dots here connecting the trend line. And what we want to get right now, it's a big green candle. I love it. It's a higher high, higher low. Very good. And as you can see, we just went for the retest here. So we broke out, and now we are retesting. And now actually, in my opinion, what we need to get above is this red, which should be golden. This golden trend line, the lower one, connecting the July highs here and the 22 December high lows here. Sorry, the lows here. We need to get back above here and take out this high right here, this high here. But first step is to get above the golden here because that means that we are inside the big squeeze again that we have here. So again, today was good, but we're definitely not out of the woods yet. It can go south pretty quickly still because we haven't had any major breakouts yet. Let's look at URA divided by the uranium spot price. This is the 2023 time frame, as you can see here. We did have a breakout here early May. We did a retest. Now we're resuming up again here again. So what I want to see is I want to take out all these highs here and this pivot low here. We can make it red so we know it's resistance. Let's make it a bit redder, or then we can make that one like that. So I really want to take out in the coming days, weeks, whatever, the lows here or the highs here, and then these two bad boys here. So getting above 0.4 in this ratio, and then I think we have a very good chance of this being a big bottom, right? And hopefully that then the uranium miners can start to outperform again and try to curl up to the to this upper golden trend line which comes across here. So yeah, again looks good now, but still we have some levels to break in the uranium sector. Awesome. I had a specific request for Encore Energy, which is a stock that I also hold. To me, the setup is quite simple for now. We have the green support zone here, which is demand. As you can see here, we have it all across here, maybe a bit here, more or less here, and then we just, right now, then we broke down, and then we're playing around with this green support zone over here. Obviously, the upper golden trend line coming down here. Let me just adjust it a tiny bit, like that. Then if we look into the shorter term, we had a breakdown from the green support, and now we're just playing with it, right? So for me, we need to get back above this smaller, oops, excuse me, the smaller golden trend line here, the internal one. You can see we had a fake out here, and now we want to get through again above the golden trend line, but also this one here coming across at 3.08, more or less. That's the important part, you know. So this formation right here to me is what you want to look at. So yeah, obviously we're up 2% today, but it doesn't mean anything because we haven't done any damage to the structure, to the upside anyways. Okay, I wanted to show Uranium Energy Corp (UEC). For some reason I haven't had it here, but it had like an 8% day, also good, but still needs to break some resistances. I will not go and find it because that will take up your valuable time. Let's zoom out here a bit quickly, very quickly. This is copper. What I'm looking at right now is we had this major run up here from the COVID lows all the way up. Broke down here, as you can see, just to give you a big summary, big history here. Broke down, some sort of retest here, and then we went back down again. So where are we now? In my view, let's go to the daily. We have this structure coming down here, as you can see, the red resistance here coming all the way down. And right now we're currently fighting on a smaller time frame. We're fighting with this trend line coming down here. And obviously the lower golden coming from the COVID lows connecting here and here. This one needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, then we have further downside. Let me show you something on the 1 hour, the 1 hourly. I know it's a shorter time frame, so basically it shouldn't be taken that seriously. But anyways, this could be an inverted head and shoulders. And if we can break the blue neckline here, then we can also break out from the blue and the golden here, which could mean that we have some short-term upside, which could lead to some higher longer time frame upside as well. So watch for this one here. This is the one you want to watch in the short term. Okay, and then back to the requests. This is the dry bulking shipping ETF. Let me just do the weekly here. Um, yeah, I have this one here as the important ones. As you can see, very important all the way down. Again here. And as mentioned previously, every time we have been looking at this ETF, we have been in this sideways bear flag consolidation, whatever you want to call it. And the party is not starting before we're getting above. It's quite easy for me actually, or quite simple for the way I look at it. We want to get above this 10.5 here, these highs here. We want to get back above for two reasons: getting above the range, but also breaking this long-term golden trend line here. Until then, it's all noise. Obviously, if we break down, it's not noise anymore. Then we're looking for further downside, and the next stop would obviously be the COVID lows here. So yeah, nothing is going to happen inside this range. It's just range bound all the way across between. Yeah, it's a 30% range. It's jumping back and forth. Global shipping ETF boat. I've only made two lines, which is interesting to me right now, actually, and it's the past year more or less. You can see we came all the way down, and then we started to form this um, uploading bearish expanding channel. Came down, broke down, retest, and now we have created a a bottom that needs to hold here. We have a double bottom here. So what you'd be looking at, in my view, is right now you're not buying or selling or anything. This right here is just no man's land. You don't do anything. If it breaks down, you can short it. Again, not financial advice. You can short it, and please have your stops in place. If you short it, of course, and then again, if we get back above and into the golden expanding channel here, and also the green support coming across here, then you have a more bullish take on it. Um, so yeah, nothing much will happen while we are here between 28 and 29.45 ish in that area. Let's look at GOGL, which also was a request from Twitter. I just want to zoom out here. You can see we made a big double bottom 2016, and then the COVID lows here, big bottom, and you can notice the big inverted, the big head and shoulders, and you have the neckline here, the blue neckline coming across at 7.7 more or less. So right now, for GOGL, there's nothing bullish about it. It's still bearish all the way because you have this inverted head and shoulders. Oh, sorry, just head and shoulders. What could be somewhat bullish on the shorter term, at least, could be a breakout of this golden trend line. The neckline needs to hold, obviously, at 7.8, and then we need to curl up again and negate the high of this right shoulder here. That's what you want to look at. But a breakout here could be a start. Actually, if it breaks, you can go long. Obviously, you need to have have a stop loss here somewhere, depending on how you want to play that. Um, but as you can see, this is a big topping pattern, um, which haven't been confirmed yet, but it might be in the future. SIM, integrated shipping service, which I mentioned that on Twitter that I wanted to buy, but then someone mentioned to me that they had an earnings call, and yeah, so I didn't actually buy anything at that point. And as you can see, it gapped down. Well, it went down at 18%. I'm very interested in this one because it has a high dividend, very high dividend. But right now it has broken the lows here, and I'm just going to watch here what happens now. But I think this is the final capitulation in this stock here. And if we are lucky, we can get it. We can buy at the IPO, price at 11.5. Also look at the volume. You can see here, big volume, big down day, and as you can see, often you get high volume and big spikes up or down, depending on you if you're going up or down at the end of a trend. And as you can see, it's just been one long trend right all the way down. So there is value to be found here at these levels if you want to hold this for dividends. I also saw someone mention that they are not going to pay dividend for at least a year. I don't know. I haven't read that, so I don't know if it's rumors or whatever or speculation. But definitely, I like this one. I just need to get an entry. I think my entry will be if we get back above the red lows here. If we get back above, then a breakout. This is on a log scale, by the way, so you need to adjust it, but you can clearly see the downtrend on the log scale. So right now I'm just waiting. I think I'll have to wait like a month or two, maybe three. So yeah. Also, one funny thing I did, if you take the SIM divided by the BDI, the Baltic Dry Index, you can also see that this ratio, we are at the lows all the way across here. So um, obviously, if the ratio is at the lows, and also you can see that maybe we have some capitulations in the in the overall stock, I think you should look for an entry if you can. I'm definitely looking for an entry, but it might take me a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months before I can get the exact signal. But I really want to add to my position to this one. High dividend, I like it. So yeah, that was what I had for today. Um, I guess we'll see tomorrow. Again, if the day is if nothing much happens, I will not make the daily recap because it's just a waste of your time. So whenever we have an exciting day, both up or down, it doesn't matter. I will be here, and hopefully you like what I do. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good jazz, both on Twitter, YouTube, etc. Have an awesome day, guys, and we will see you tomorrow, maybe. Cheers.